Second semester degree examination August-September 2023 NEP scheme open elective subject ಇದು ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೇಮು. ಸೊ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಬರೋದಾದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಎ, ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಬಿ, ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಸಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಎ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಎನಿ 10 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಟೋಟಲ್ 12 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಎ ಇಂದ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ business environment? Business environment refers to all those internal and external factors that have a bearing on the business. What is micro business environment? Micro business environment is the factor or element in a firm immediate environment which affect its performance and decision making. Give the meaning of monetary policy. Monetary policy is a system or process implemented by the central government or government of India to manage and control the money supply in society. What is privatization? Transfer of ownership and control from public sector to private sector. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬರೀಬೋದು, ಪ್ರೈವೇಟೈಸೇಷನ್ is the increase in power of private bodies and decrease in the power of public bodies. Give the meaning of EXIM policy. Export and import policy is a collection of guidelines and instructions governing import and export of product. Expand WTO, World Trade Organization. Give the meaning of global business environment. Global business environment is defined as a diversified and centralized international market. Define cooperative social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility (CSR) refers to any company voluntarily making an attempt to spend some money from their profit for the welfare of society. What is consumer right? Consumer rights are a set of rights governed by the law that allows the customers to have the necessary information about goods and services while purchasing. What is bank rate policy? Bank rate policy is a rate of interest that is charged by the central bank while lending or giving loans to a commercial banks. What is public expenditure? Public expenditure is a spending made by the government of a country on a collective needs and wants of a public and public services. And last question, what is balance of payment? Balance of payment means it is a statement or record of transaction of monetary and non-monetary between two countries during a specific time period of export and import goods and services, capital, etc. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದಾದರೆ ನಮಗೆ 4 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 20 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಮೇನಿಂದ. 6 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So first question, explain the uses of study of business environment. To ensure smooth functioning of business cycle, to take advantages of environmental opportunities, to avoid legal consequences, to ensure better competitiveness and higher profitability, to ensure survival and growth of enterprise, to better meet social responsibility. Next question, write the meaning and process of environmental analysis. Environmental analysis is a set of strategic techniques used to identify all internal and external factors that could affect the company's success. It is also called as business environmental analysis. Process of environmental analysis. Environmental analysis is a challenging, time-consuming and expensive affair. The analysis consists of 4 sequential steps: scanning, monitoring, forecasting, assessment. Those conceptually scanning, monitoring, forecasting and assessment are separate activities, they are interconnected. Next question, write a brief note on macro environment of business. Macro environment refers to all those factors and forces that indirectly affect the business operations and working conditions. These factors are uncontrollable and organization is not capable of exercising any control over them. Classification of macro environment: economic environment, non-economic environment. Macro environment factors: technological factors, ecology and physical environment, demographic environment, political and legal factors, social cultural factors. So So next 16 question. Explain the objectives of foreign trade policy. To enable sustainable growth in export from India and import to India to boost the economy, to at least double the percentage share of global merchandise trade conducted within the next 5 years, to improve the balance of payment and trade, to act as an effective instrument of economic growth by creating the employment opportunities for the citizens, to provide for sustainable growth, to raise the technological capacity for production and cost effectiveness of industry and services, to provide buyer or client within high quality goods and services at a globally competitive rates and quality, making the policies that follows that favor ease of doing business and e-commerce, e-governance. Next 17 question. Briefly explain the consumer rights. So first one, right to safety. Before buying, a consumer can insist on the quality and guarantee of the goods. They should ideally purchase a certified product like ISA or AGMARK. Right to choose. Consumer should have the right to choose from a variety of goods and in competitive price. Right to be informed. The buyer should be informed with all the necessary details of the product. Make her or him act wise and change buying decision. Right to consumer education. Consumer should be aware of his or her rights and avoid exploitation. Ignorance can cost them more. Next point, right to be heard. This means the consumer will get due to attention to express their grievances ಅಂದರೆ problem at a suitable forum. Right to seek compensation. This defines that the consumer has the right to seek redress against unfair and crucial practice and exploitation of the consumer. So section BLE last question. Briefly explain the need for cooperative governance. Widespread of shareholders, changing ownership structure, greater expectations of society of the corporate sector, hostile takeover, huge increase into management compensation, globalization of economy, foreign investments, investor protection, financial reporting and accountability. Next part C, descriptive is the last row. Answer any two of the questions. Is not existing 3 pages. ಇದು 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಈಚ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ. 4 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾವು 2 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಷ್ಟೆ. ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ. ಲೋ ಪರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್, ಹೆವಿ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್, ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ ಆನ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಪಾವರ್ಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಇಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ, high rate of capital formation at investment, high rate of population growth, acro-based economy, poor infrastructure development, imperfect market, less technology, backward society, existence of rich resources, unemployment and underemployment, dualistic or mixed economy, less standard of living, different languages and different aged, ethnic diversity, democratic country. Explanation. Low per capita income. The actual revenue or income of a nation result to buy flow or purchasing power of a nation overall in a given monetary year. Currently India's per capita income, net national income is around 17,000 rupees for the financial year 2023. Though there is a gradual rise, it is still rising compared with the other developed countries. High rate of population growth. India economy is facing a problem of high growth rate in population. India is now the first largest populated country in the world. It has now overbeaten China. Acro-based economy. The Indian economy is absolutely acro-based economy. Closed around 14.2% of Indian GDP is contributed by farming and unified area, while 53% of the total population of a nation relies on the horticulture sector. Distribution in capital formation. The rate of capital development is emphatically associated with lower level of pay or income. There is a tremendous decrease in gross domestic product constructed with other developed countries. Poor infrastructural development. According to new report, around 25% of India families cannot acquire electricity and 95 million individuals can't acquire safe drinking water. Sanitization administrations cannot be acquired by a 840 million individuals. India requires $100 million to dispose of this infrastructural abnormality. Next question. What is fiscal policy? Discuss its objectives. Fiscal policy is a policy that deals with revenue and expenditure of the government. It explains about government funds and treasury. Objectives of fiscal policy: to promote economic growth, to reduce income and inequality, to provide employment opportunity, to ensure stability in price, to collect balance of payment deficit, to provide for effective administration, to develop the infrastructure in the society, raising rate of investment, to improve taxation system, imposition of progressive tax. Next question. Explain the implications of WTO on Indian economy. So first point, reduction of traffic and non-traffic barriers. The agreement proposes an overall reduction of tariffs on manufacturing products and removing quantitative restrictions over a period of time. The importance of this is firms will have competitive advantages and would be able to survive in long run. Trade related investment measures. This agreement stops the host country to discriminate against investment from abroad. Domestic investment, that is agreement that allows investment to be freely allowed by the nations. Trade related intellectual property right. Intellectual property right is seeks to protect and provide legal recognition in the area of intangible illegal use of creation. It includes patents, copyrights, trademarks, designs and secrets. Agreement on agricultural. This agreement deals with giving market access, reducing exports, subsidies and government subsidies on agriculture products. Multi-fiber agreement. This agreement was valid until 2004 only. It was essentially to place quotas on the amount of textiles and clothing exports from developing to developed countries. India and WTO latest development are listed below. Ban of mobile apps, issue related to peace clause, information and communication technology, tariff case, fisheries and subsidiaries, settle trade disputes in structure management, exchange technologies and ideas, reduction in cost and time, export competition is improved. Next, last question. Discuss the impact of LPG on Indian economy. First point, it increases per capita income due to increased job creation. It builds good relationship with other countries. Extension on trade barriers is lifted. It increases more revenue for government. It increases the life standard of people. LPG also increases gross domestic product growth. It directly promotes industrial production. It also reduces the poverty. It may have negative effect on small and cottage industries. The LPG increases foreign direct investment level. It may also create inflation in the economy. It dilutes the role of public sector. LPG decreases in the growth rate of agriculture sector. It indirectly reduces the employment level by advanced technology. LPG policy can affect on nature and environment, etc.